Hello, hello, and welcome back to Eddie's Adventures. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the European Commission, who announced on Friday that they're doing a new consumer protection into star stables online. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that, and I thought it would be a good time to actually chat about the real life costs of playing star stables. Um, and I've done a small comparison compared to perhaps playing the Xbox and that sort of thing. So come along for the ride. So first we'll look at what the European Commission is. So proposing new laws and policies, monitoring their implementation and managing the UE budget. And of course, what is the European Union? Well, these are all the countries here that are involved. And of course, we have Sweden right here, and where Star Staples originated from, of course. So what we have here, which has been taken from the European Commission website, is that basically the Swedish Consumers Association has launched an action against Star Stable, asking them to provide information on their practices that children might encounter in the game. So Star Stables got back in touch with them, and actually their answer and assessment of the reply found that Star Stables there was a number of practices that they're doing that violate the EU consumer protection legislation that they found could be potentially harmful to children. So what they've found here is examples is that Star Stables is doing from their assessment is directly appealing to children in the adverts, so urging them to buy or persuading adults to buy for them in-game currency or items, the use of pressuring techniques such as purchase through, limited time practices, a lack of clear and transparent information, and a failure by the company to ensure that the influencers promoting their products, that's people on YouTube and TikTok and all that, clearly disclose commercial content and do not unduly influence children with their marketing techniques. And what they need to provide back to the EC is a clear and transparent pricing and pre-contractual information, avoiding practices like hiding costs of in-game digital content and services, as well as practices forcing consumers to purchase virtual currency, respect that people can withdraw, and respecting consumers' vulnerabilities, and obviously mainly that comes down to children. And here we have the front screen of Star Stable. So to me, it's pretty transparent here. Try the game up until level 5. It will take a parent 1 minute to look, into this. And then you need to become a Star Rider, and this is exactly how much it costs. So here's a classic example of how much star coins cost here in New Zealand anyway. So $70 for 5,000 star coins, which might sound like a lot. Of course, this is on double star coins. So the reality is that a horse on Star Stables costs about $19 in real life. So just think about that for a minute. Here's something I haven't really done much of is the stable care help. I don't know if you guys have ever bought it. I never have. I'm sure loads of people have. I totally depend on the Trailblazers. Thank you, Trailblazers. So out of curiosity, it's interesting seeing how much they cost. So that's quite a bit. Let's take it up to a month and see how much that is. Okay, so $6 New Zealand, and that's on a double star coin weekend. Otherwise, it's 12. So let's have a look here at an Xbox. I'm not an Xboxer, that kind of gamer, but just looking here, okay. So around $600 to $900 games. Forget the clearance ones, they don't count. We're not interested in you. So what's that? $95 there, $110 there. Okay, so that's the cost of Xbox stuff. So that would equate, if you were setting up an Xbox, about $900 for the setup, versus Star Stables, about $70 depending on what country you're in for the setup. But I guess there is the ongoing cost, but all games have an ongoing cost. And the outcome of what the commission will be doing with Star Stables, who knows? Probably they just might have to change a few things. That's all. But I don't think it's going to change the cost of the game. And there's so many varying opinions out there about, I mean, it's kind of a hot topic, the cost of Star Stables anyway. You've got people saying there's not enough quests for long-term players. It's too expensive for what you get. Issues like the main storyline's not finished. But then I guess the other side to it is as well, you get weekly updates, bazaars, weekly star coins, the trailblazers where you get the free stuff, and I guess patience is key if you're that type of person. And there's lots of people out there who never purchase star coins. They'll just wait and they'll just save, and they might wait for a whole year, and then they've got this, thousands of star coins to spend and use up. It's just, yeah, it's tricky. I guess the bottom line for me is do I enjoy the game? Do I enjoy it? Do I get, fun out of it? And, if I purchase star coins, I purchase star coins. That is trickier with younger players who can't fund star coins themselves. And, you hear that some of the younger players with stolen parents or grandparents, credit cards to buy it. But I mean, that's everywhere, and that's anywhere to do with anything. That's life, and one of the difficult things about it. But yeah, no, it's not a pay this once and, everything's free and on the table and everyone has access to the same things. I guess if it was like that, would you still enjoy it as much? That's an interesting question as well. If everyone was equal and there wasn't stacked gear, and different levels of gear to buy, would you enjoy it as much, or is it something you sort of work for and look forward to? I guess it's just the patience game. Can you wait for a year to get everything? Do you have to have everything as soon as it comes out? And I guess there's a lot of people that do, and a lot of people, they get frustrated and they want their star coins now, but there's always lots of other ways to enjoy the game without it. I'll be interested to hear your thoughts, but personally, for me, it is expensive, but I enjoy the game a lot. I find it a massive de-stressor. I love collecting fireflies. I know a lot of people find it incredibly boring, but I'll put on music, collect fireflies, just to, have some chill time, whatever. So for me, I really like it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Perhaps you learned something. I'm keen to hear your thoughts, so feel free to comment below. Otherwise, it's a bye-bye from me and happy gaming.